Good evening. Welcome to the Board of Selectmen's meeting for December 20th, 2021. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll now open the open forum portion of our meeting. I've asked Chief O'Brien to come up and talk to us a little bit about some happenings out here.
Good evening. Just going to go over some scams that are going on in the area. If you watch the news tonight, you'll see Rep. Sullivan, our state rep. They tried to get her out of her car at the Stoughton Target today, saying she had an oil leak.
I saw that.
People tried to get her out of the vehicle. There's also another scam going around where it's like a cartel says that they have information on you. If you want your family to live, they'll send some gross pictures to you, that this will happen to your family unless you pay this money. Just report it to us, don't pay the money. Everything's from outside the country, so there's really nothing to worry about. So we just want to let the public know, because a couple of people have come in with that scam already. And again, packages, we're out there being diligent, but, I mean, Ring camera's huge now. People are thinking about that they're gonna be on camera if they steal any UPS packages, so just to advise the people that's the week before Christmas, so a lot of people are getting stuff. Other than that, that's about all I have.
What else do we have coming from the police department while you're here?
We have a retirement coming up. Sergeant Patterson is going to retire. His last day will be January 12th. So we are going to have to get an assessment center together and promote another sergeant. Our two candidates just finished week 14, driving training. They both did phenomenal, so marching along, they should be out near the end of February. Hopefully we get them on the road and on patrol in March.
Right.
That's all I have for now.
Questions?
On that cartel, is that an email or is that a phone call?
It's like a text. They'll send you actually a text
Oh,
or
wow.
an email, so,
Okay,
and everybody's number is so easy to get online, so
Right.
just
yeah,
don't think into it.
okay, thank
Now,
you.
The situation with Representative Sullivan, that was in Stoughton, but we understand that individual has been seen in other towns besides Stoughton.
If there's one person doing it, there's 10 people doing it, so it's not gonna
And
just
that
be one.
opens up more people now that they broadcast it.
Right.
But it is something to be very careful about, so.
Yep.
Peter?
Yeah, no, geez, it's crazy situation for sure, but thanks for updating us and the public, we appreciate that.
All right.
All right, Chief.
Have a great evening.
Thanks, Chief. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Madam Town Clerk, are you here for talking to us, or just to say hi and what's you? Okay. I will close the open forum at this time. And we'll go into our appointments, Madam Clerk.
We had public hearing, that's being postponed.
No.
No, he's just not able to.
Oh, we're doing it, I'm sorry, okay, I thought you meant we weren't doing it, okay. We have a public hearing, would you like me to read the notice?
Please.
Town of East Bridgewater, notice is hereby given that a public hearing will be held relative to an application for a change of manager submitted by Crocetti Oakdale Packing, Inc., Carlo A. Crocetti, manager, premises 378 Pleasant Street. The public hearing will be held at the Town Hall, first floor conference room, 175 Central Street, East Bridgewater, on Monday, December 20th, 2021, at 6:30 PM. Purpose is change of manager for Crocetti Oakdale Packing, Inc., 378 Pleasant Street, Robert Cook.
Second?
Okay, any discussion, questions? Do we know why this is?
So, I mean, all I've heard is, I believe there was two partners and one of them has left the,
Oh, okay.
the establishment, I believe.
Carlo
Hopefully
has
I'm not-
left.
Yeah, so geez, I can't know his last.
And this is just something we have to do through the ABCC.
Right,
It's kind of a formality.
yeah, I think he sold his portion to the
Okay.
business to the other
Okay.
owner, I believe.
Any discussions further? All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Well, let me, first of all, we will now close the public hearing. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, can we move on to action items?
Yes, sir. I make a motion to approve the minutes of the December 6th, 2021, 6:30 PM Board of Selectmen's meeting.
Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye. Make a motion that we discuss policies and procedures for the center at Sachem Rock.
Second?
Discussion.
So,
Charlie?
yeah, the changes here are minor. The list of holidays needed to be updated, and also, just as we do not allow tobacco use at the facility, we would not be allowing marijuana use at the facility either.
Okay. Sorry, Peter.
Probably a good idea.
Any discussion? All those in
I did send it to the Council on Aging Director, so
Yeah.
she's aware of these changes.
Yes, and I have notified the coordinator of the function down there also. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
I make a motion that we vote to accept as amended by the town clerk the 2020 precincting plan for the town of East Bridgewater.
Second?
What an easy word.
Discussion? No discussion?
No, it's just kind of a, in the original, the word invisible was there, and we were supposed to take it out, and I missed taking it out first time around, so.
Because it was
That's the
invisible?
same exact
You
document.
couldn't see it.
Yeah, you couldn't see it, it was invisible, so.
Sorry,
Bad night.
it is.
Hearing no further discussion, thank God. All those in favor?
Aye. Make a motion to approve for John Shea, East Bridgewater School Business Manager, to sign memorandum of understanding with EOHHS and the Department of Children and Families.
Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye. I make a motion to approve the request from the Southeastern Regional Service Group to award contracts to the bidders listed under SERSG DPW Services IFB for a 12-month period commencing on February 1st, 2022.
Second?
Discussion, this is something we've been doing for the last few years, and it seems to save the town a bunch of money. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I make a motion to approve to declare the 2005 Pace utility trailer with a long VIN number as surplus and, under Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 30B, Section 15G, donated to Plymouth County Outreach, a 501c3 charitable organization.
Second?
This is a trailer that the EB Hope was giving a couple of years ago, and they've been working to renovate it over the last few years. Originally, we had it basically under the jurisdiction of the police department. Well, it's now going to be a mobile unit that will be traveling all around Plymouth County, so PCO Hope basically is gonna take the registration and control of it now, because it will be moving out of East Bridgewater more often than it will be here. And thank you to Peter for getting the registration straightened out. And that trailer was
Trailer was out
donated.
front, right? The one that they had at
Yes.
Christmas on the Common? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, they did a great job. It's, if you go through it, it's for hidden in plain sight,
Yep, that shows what.
which, it's amazing the
can be
things in
looking for.
there where parents, grandparents, and, you know, kids, so they can find more places to hide all the
Yeah.
paraphernalia and stuff, so.
Yeah, kudos to Sue, as well as yourself and the rest of that board for putting that together. It was,
Yeah, it's a great thing. It took a long time. Most of the work was done by Mark Ferroli from the East
really?
Bridgewater High School and his classes.
Yep.
And a lot of donations. The trailer was actually donated by Tom Emmett
Yep.
and Emmett Auto a couple of years ago, so. We appreciate all the work that everyone did on that. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I make a motion that we establish an East Bridgewater Bicentennial Committee and appoint co-chairs.
Second?
Discussion.
Yeah, so I'll make a motion for those co-chairs to be Dale Julius and David Sheedy.
You know what you're getting into there?
Does he?
He's very excited.
I had a long talk with him today. He's still on board, so we're all set. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And people will be hearing a lot more about this in the beginning of the year. Again, it's in 2023, but we have great plans.
Yeah, it's exciting. I make a motion to approve the renewal of the following common victualler licenses for the period ending December 31st, 2022, as printed in the agenda.
Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. make a motion to approve to renew the following licenses for the period ending January 1st, 2023. Class 2 licenses and restrictions as printed in the agenda.
Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye. And that is all I have for action items, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Mr. Seelig, Town Administrator report.
I do not have any particular report other than if you wanted to talk about the mask policy and also that we are hoping on Wednesday to get a shipment of COVID tests for at-home use. At least the delivery is supposed to be on Wednesday. These are not part of the state allocation. It went to a number of cities and towns a couple of days ago. We're using some of our CARES money for that purpose. We're going to have it drive-by or drive-through operation here at Town Hall. We're hoping either late Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening with staff from the Board of Selectmen and Board of Health offices. Be 2 boxes per household. That's total 4 tests. So we're hoping that people may be able to make use of them.
Again, it's very important that, you know, when the households get these packages, they don't just automatically go out and do a test for themselves. I mean, we don't know if they're gonna be scarce or how much we'll be able to get in the future, so only use these if you have some, you know, the idea that you feel that you may have some of the, you know, specifics for COVID-19. If not, just hold them back.
Or the other possibility is if you're planning on attending, for instance, a family gathering of some
Right.
sort, that would be also a good purpose for using them to
Right.
reduce the chances of transmission.
And while we're on that discussion, Peter, you were at the Board of Health meeting.
Yes,
So
me
tomorrow-
and Rebecca attended the meeting today, so they got a confirmation number confirmed for Wednesday, that they'll receive it Wednesday morning, the test, as Charlie had said. They are looking to put an announcement out, I think the one we have in front of us, they'll clean it up a little bit and add the fact that one thing that struck me was that, 97% of the cases that they have found that people have been vaccinated have actually had lower symptoms, much lower symptoms than the people that have not been vaccinated. So for me, you know, adding that to this release, being so that that's something that came from the state would be, would be important to, continue to press the fact that, we want to see more people vaccinated, and it's only smart to do so. So, like I said, Board of Health done a good job getting the information gathered. Now we just want to get it out publicly to people in East Bridgewater.
And should we, as a board, after listening to, the Board of Health meeting today, should we be talking about bringing masks, at least for the municipal buildings in town, the wearing of masks while you're in the building? Is it a time for us to?
Well, the board spoke about that. The Board of Health did bring that up, and they had discussed in detail whether they wanted to do a mandate or just an advisory. What they decided as a group, and I think we should support them, is that they would strongly suggest, that as it has been, the masks be used for people that want to. That's one of the better ways. But they, I don't think any of the members, and Rebecca could probably comment on it as well if she was in the meeting, but neither one of the 3 members thought it was necessary at this time to make it a mandate. We can certainly ask Charlie what his thoughts are about it as well, but, I've always been in line with the fact that if, one board who's really kind of in charge of this situation and giving us advice, if we stay true to what they want, I think it's a good process. But, again, we can certainly openly discuss what everybody's feeling is.
Well, we know, obviously, the school has it because of the state-wide order. The library, I believe, has a mask policy here.
Correct.
So really, for the buildings that we tend to worry about, it would be the town hall and the council on aging in terms of those used
Library.
generally by the public, obviously.
Library has mandatory.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
We had, as members of the board had talked with me about this before, during the winter, we followed the state guidelines or requirements for wearing masks in town hall. And I don't think it's a grave inconvenience, but I also think at this point, I would go with the Board of Health recommendation. We can have masks available in the lobby. You know, and certainly, no one should, in terms of wearing a mask or not wearing a mask, I don't think, we'll deal with everybody who comes in the building one way or the other. I'm wearing one today because I have a family member that will be traveling, and I want to just reduce the chances of that person having it and getting on a plane and going someplace.
Sure.
And I think for a lot of people, it's that sort of thing. But we have the glass partitions. We have, I think, almost all of the staff in the various offices are situated so that they're more than 6 feet apart at this point. So I think we're in good shape in the building. And, as I mentioned with the partitions and everything, I think we, can minimize the amount of chances of transmission between members of the public and our town employees for right now. It may be something we have to reconsider during the next couple of weeks, depending on what the caseload is like.
Maybe we could at least put notices up in, the community center in this building, though they're not mandated, that masks are strongly recommended, and
Yeah.
make sure that people have no options. They have to see these when they enter these buildings.
And there are plenty of private businesses now that politely will ask people,
Correct.
please wear a mask when you come in. And I think most people are willing to observe that. They don't want to be responsible for someone else getting sick.
I agree.
Okay,
Right. No, I think it's a good idea to encourage them.
right.
And vaccinations, get vaccinated. If you've been vaccinated, get boosted.
Yeah.
I went over to the Shaw's Center a few weeks ago and got my booster there, and it was so simple. In and out.
Yeah, they had, the community center had them a couple of weeks ago,
Yep,
the
they had
booster,
the-
and they have
they're
another
having
one
another
coming
one.
up on
January
January
13th.
13th.
Yeah, just for boosters.
Right, just the booster.
Just
We
boosters, that's great. We should
strongly
really,
recommend everyone that's had either the one J&J or both of the other two, that they get down to the center.
Yeah, get
and
the
get that booster. Osco Drug and Star Market have been great. After the first one, they requested, do you need another one? Hopefully after this one, they request you need another one after that. It's just something that is being offered out there. It only takes a few minutes of your time, so if you've gone and got the first two, let's get that booster. It just, they keep on talking, I was listening to them before I came here, that your chances of getting very mild COVID, if you have both vaccines boosted, are astronomical. Doesn't say you're not gonna get it, but you're not gonna end out in ICU or beyond that, so, again, that's just my feeling on that. Okay, so we'll leave it at, we'll just get some signs out there and strongly recommend people wear them when they're inside, one of our municipalities. Okay.
And as the board's aware, right here in the notice for the meeting, the town hall will be closed on Friday, December 24th this week, then Monday, December 27th, in observance of Christmas Eve and Christmas, and then the following weekend, Friday, December 31st will be closed, and again, Monday, January 3rd will be closed for New Year's Eve and then New Year's Day.
Okay. Rebecca, did you just steal all your thunder?
I know, that was what I was gonna say. No. It's all
you
right.
guys need to coordinate this.
I know, just the next two upcoming selectmen's meetings will be January 10th and January 24th.
Okay, anything else from the board?
Nope.
Well, just a couple of real quick things. One would be the fact
Peter.
that I had a question just for Charlie. So I had a phone call today from PJ Ferry from the rec department. They have a couple of items coming up, but have been told that the submissions for capital have to be in by January 6th.
That's when we usually do it.
January 4th, sorry.
Right, so the usual schedule is that when people are sending in their operating budgets, they also send in their capital requests.
Yeah, same
And
thing.
even if it's, obviously I don't know what has been done in past years, but at the very least, what I would call a placeholder, say,
Okay.
we don't have an amount, we don't have a quote, we don't have a bid, but at least some back of the envelope and saying, we need to purchase this, or we want this project to occur this coming year, something, because obviously, I suspect as in many communities, we'll have plenty of projects and not enough money. So if you don't get something in early, we'll have already allocated the money one way or the other.
All right. Yeah, so I'll have them submit, because, well, there's a project down on Church Street, which we've got a grant working that we worked with Allison Sullivan that we had brought up, that's, I think, about $55,000 for a grant. Looks pretty good. It's gonna go to the Senate right after the Christmas break. But, and yet, we're not sure what the total would be of the project at this point, because we can obviously expand it a little bit. So what you're saying is I just let him know to put in
Yep.
something
Yes.
regarding whatever we gave to the state and say, you know,
That would be sufficient.
okay, all right, as long as we could do it, yeah, that's all I really needed to make sure I found out, and I'll let him know, and we'll go from there. Great. The only other thing was, we got a check for a little over $250,000 from Carriage Crossing, a
Great.
week ago. They have addressed a couple of situations over there that we're going to work out. I talked to Chris Kenny this morning. He had looked over the rules and regulations. Unfortunately, that landscape and that, good and bad, is gonna change over at Carriage Crossing. We may not see a movie theater in a year. Not sure how that's gonna work out. Obviously, the restaurant's closed currently. The change in that building might come about if they don't get another restaurant and decide to go to a different type of business. So those usages will change the use of what they'll need from the plant itself. It won't reduce what they're paying for the $250,000, but for the second amount of funding, which I think is a little over $450,000 in total, it could change that, and it could increase. I mean, if they decide to do mixed use with apartments or condos, then that would, certainly raise them up a little bit. So in our rules and regs, we had originally said that we were looking to have total payment be submitted as soon as they're installed their pipe and are locked into our system. There may be a little bit of a gap there, but we'll have to find out depending on what their negotiations with some of the businesses are. Just to keep you guys in the loop of what we could see in early months, because they'd like to start the project as early as the first of the year, first week in January, to start the connection.
Good.
But yeah, so I hope I hope it works out. I mean, it could go either way for them over there. Obviously, everyone's seen the struggle with COVID, and now we're kind of seeing the after effects of some of that stuff. But we'll see how it goes. So that's about it. But they are locked in, and they have paid their deposit, and we look forward to working with them.
Just one thing, I want to just thank the Council on Aging and Frida's Restaurant today. They served about 200 meals to the seniors in lieu of the Christmas party that they used to have indoors, that they very wisely said this year that they'll again do something outdoors. And Mr. Seelig was there to greet the people and give them candy canes and cocoa, which, and all that stuff.
Well, the mix.
We
I just-
appreciate it. Yeah, not the.
Oh, you didn't
not
have
the
like
cup.
a
No, I didn't have a pot.
fire going and a pot of Coke?
Why should they give them any marijuana?
It's not a Hallmark.
Yeah, but we hadn't
We
voted
can't do
on it
that,
yet.
right? Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
so he got it in early. But, no, they did a tremendous job. It was a little chilly out
Great.
there, but
Sounds nice.
like I said, I think it was close to 200 meals.
Oh, we had
Given out.
groups from the high school there.
The high
playing
school
Yeah,
was
they
there,
were
singing and playing.
Singing, I saw that
Santa
on
was
Facebook.
there.
Yeah,
Great.
and, Dan Hatch brought them over, and I told them they could have next week off. They did such a great job.
Well, because,
So-
and considering the cold, I mean, playing brass instruments in freezing weather.
Directing traffic wasn't easy neither, because they had my foot ran over
Toughest
4
job
times.
of the day.
Okay, on that note, happy holidays.
Merry Christmas,
Happy New
everybody.
Year to
Happy New
everybody. We will see you next year. Be safe out
It's
there.
onward to 2022.
And with that,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.